I'm Ryan Betson.
I'm Josh Saunders. We are the Pop Culturists, and 3 weeks ago on For the Players, we got the news that Overwatch will be the first big official eSport, backed by teams and, with managers and money and we talked about our thoughts on that and, what we thought it could be. Mm-hmm. And coincidentally, about a week and a half later, the Overwatch 2017 World Championship was held right here, nearby, 800 kilometres away, in Sydney, when we had a chance to... I watched a lot of it. I know you jumped in and had a quick look.
Yeah, I watched a little bit here and there while I was editing some videos.
I want to talk about my experience.
All right, man. Let's go nuts.
It because, first off, I didn't know it was even on because I wasn't following it. And then one of our community members said, it's on 7, mate.
Who was it?
Jess. Mentioned it was on Jess. That it was on 7, mate. And I thought,
yeah.
What?
So, thanks to Screenplay, the guys, Nick and Steph, from previous Good Game fame.
Yeah.
With their new show Screenplay, they sort of helped orchestrate that and make it happen.
Awesome. Thank you. So they showed it on 7, mate, up until I think the semi-finals, and you had to jump over to Twitch. Now, Twitch had, by the end of the championship, 4 million views.
Wow.
That is huge, man. Yeah. That is huge. So someone mentioned it was on. I thought, it's a good chance to check out, see what we can expect going forward in this big, e-sport kind of thing. I flicked it on, and I was in and out throughout the day as, just jumping in going, what's going on now? Oh, what's going on now? And I could feel it throughout the day starting to get its hooks in me. When I was watching a match and, you see one amazing play and you hear the crowd cheering through the announcers' microphones back there. I went, this is fucking awesome. I think the player was a player on the Swedish team. I think he was playing Widowmaker, the sniper, and she gets like a grappling hook to pull her up to ledges. Okay. And he's grappled up to the ledge, but continue the momentum forward in midair, headshot someone on the way down, and the crowd's gone fucking crazy, and the announcer's like, oh my god, how you're watching, say you're watching football, yeah?
Yes.
And as one team gets closer and closer to the goals with the ball, the announcers kind of start amping it up. They amp it up and they ramp it up, and then when it finally goes through and the crowd goes nuts and the announcers are going like this, and oh, what a shot! Same kind of thing, and that riles people up, and that ended up riling me up a lot as well. So I watched it with my boy for a while. He enjoyed watching it too, up to
because he knows Overwatch, so
he really loved it. It's his favorite game. So he enjoyed watching it, but he's not quite there yet to sit there and watch someone watch a tournament yet.
Yeah.
But spoilers. Australia won. So the 2 winning teams in I think two separate playoffs get to go play at BlizzCon against each other. So it's Sweden versus Australia in at BlizzCon, and I just sitting back from it and watching the presentation of this show, incredible. To think that a video game gets an arena full of people, a 4-person commentary box, and then you got, I think they call them shoutcasters for esports, and then 2 knowledgeable shoutcasters throughout the match as well. They did such a good job of the shoutcasters, during the match, explaining which character's doing what and why they're doing it, and if a team fight, if they lost, they mate, they should have done this and this, or this team played really well because of this and this. Really good job of just explaining to the people that might not know what's going on, because it's a very fast-paced game, explaining kind of what's going on. You do need to have kind of a basic knowledge of Overwatch, who the characters are and kind of what they can do. So when they're saying, Trace is doing this and that, and then she uses this because of this, if you don't know who Trace is and what those abilities are, you don't really know what the fuck they're talking about. But it was so good to watch. So by the end of it, there was the finals. It was Australia versus Japan for the finals, and Australia annihilated. It was best of 5, so first to 3, and it went the best way possible for this kind of a thing. Australia won the first game, Japan won the second game, Australia won the third game, Japan won the 4th game, so it comes down to the final match of the tournament, which was a best of 3. Australia won the first round, Japan won the second round. So it was literally the very last possible round, and Australia won with, I think, like 30 seconds left on the clock.
Nice.
And when it came up with like victory for Australia, and because it was an Australian crowd, they're going fucking psycho. They're going Aussie, you know, they're doing the Aussie and Oi and all that kind of stuff. And I stood up, I was like, fuck! Like, I stood up out of my computer show, I was like, yes! And that's when I kind of went, this has got me.
Yeah.
This has got me real good. It's not without its flaws, though. A lot of weird camera cuts and stuff going on, I guess because it's a new thing, but like one of the guys in the commentary box, you know, say something to move the camera to someone else, and then the camera will just sit on him, and he's quiet. I'm just looking. Like,
what, as in the players?
No. The commentary box people. Okay. He'll pass to someone else in the booth because he's got the one, and it won't change, and he's just kind of fucking change the camera. And the shoutcasters during the game, phenomenal. But in between the rounds, when they've got to kind of make some small talk and stuff, just cringe. Just real cringe, man. Just some of the stuff. And I was reading the Twitch chat as it was going on as well, as with 50,000 people watching it as fast as it's flying by. You hear a comment and you look at the box and you go, there it is, and it's just cringe, and all these weird faces. Like, what the fuck? But this is such great groundwork for what is going to be something so big and so revolutionary for the gaming industry. It was literally watching history at that point in time, in a way, because Overwatch had the World Championship last year, nowhere near as big as this year's was. So we're in that time period where we get to witness the literal rise of esports to the mainstream media. That is so cool. What did you like? I know you didn't watch a lot of it, but what did you like when you jumped in and just kind of scoped it out for a little while? What did you think?
Well, there were a couple of things that I sort of picked up on. One, I was like, wow, the production value of this is pretty solid. Like, just in terms of, like, they were clearly in, like, not a very big room, but a big enough room.
I think maybe about 1,000 people.
Yeah, and the stage was decked out. The commentary box was in, like, it was as professional as I thought it was going to be. In terms of the shoutcasters most of the time annoy me.
Yeah.
Because they're just yelling unnecessarily. Where these guys, I felt they're like we do. Like when you get behind a microphone, you emphasize your voice, you add some pronunciation. Like normally we just trying to talk like this. Like when we get behind the mic,
especially me too. I'm very quiet. Off camera, I'm very soft spoken.
Yeah. So like they had a lot more of that, increased pronunciation, all that sort of stuff, which was really, really cool. And when they were in the same way that sports impresses me, when they're like, when they start talking about tactics and this game when they did this method, and they're like, I think I saw Spain versus someone.
It was
an Asian country.
There was about 12 teams.
It was an version of an Asian
Vietnam.
country. I think it was Vietnam.
Spain and Vietnam.
Yeah, I think it was Spain and Vietnam.
I think Spain annihilated.
Yeah, they beat the shit out of them. Yeah.
Vietnam went 0-12 in that tournament.
Yeah, so they were talking about, Vietnam played this, three defensive characters and
the triple defense.
Yeah, triple defense. Yeah. They were talking about how the triple defense is, like how it's strong, but it's also very dangerous.
Yeah.
And
it's really good at this, but not very good at this.
Yeah, and I'm breaking it down, and I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Mind you, I had no idea. When they're like, this character, this, I'm like, I had no idea. Because I've never played Overwatch before.
Yeah.
So for me, it was completely brand new. I'm like, I have no idea what's going on. It's interesting to watch, and I enjoyed it. It did have the exact problem that I thought it would, in terms of if we were in that room, it'd be really unimpressive.
You mean
watching
the arena?
It, because you're looking at the screens. So the thing about sports, right, is you watch players run around, you look up at the screens for like some intricacy shit, right?
Yeah.
So there were times where they moved to the players, and it's like,
yeah.
And then it moves back to actors.
Yeah.
And like that's
it's a mental gymnastics rather than a physical gymnastics.
Yeah, but I mean, like in terms of a visual spectacle, like that's exactly what I thought would be the problem with esports, is you come over to this.
Yeah.
Like I know, for example, when you watch Evo and whatnot, the guys are like in it because they're using the joysticks and they're like, because it's more intense.
Yeah.
And like that's the better visual sort of like I don't know, like I really enjoyed it. It was cool to see. I'm glad that you're into it because you're the one that was way more open to it than I was.
Yeah,
I thought it was. I thought it was very interesting. There's a lot. I think it says a lot because 7mate is not a. It is a free to air channel, but it is part of the digital stuff. So it's a little bit off to the side, but still something. It's a shame that they pulled it before
right before the
right before
finale.
the Australian match. Like, that's stupid.
I mean, Australian
and
aired
they would
throughout.
just throw ads in there willy-nilly and, like, right in the middle of a play.
Yeah.
I'm like, that just shows Seven's misunderstanding of what it is. Like, I think it's a comment that I saw on one of the Facebooks. Like, if this was sport on Channel 9 would never cut in the middle of a play.
And that's the thing, though, is that because it new to like we know that free to air TV CEOs and all that have no fucking idea about video game coverage.
There's a lot of agreements in terms of ad blocks. Like, that's why I see an ad block every 20 minutes. That's why I see X amount of ads.
Yeah.
So for them, it'd be like, because with sport, like, every time there's a
goal,
football, there's a goal. Every time there's a goal, done. So you would think after, because those matches only go for about 10 minutes, right?
Anywhere between 5 and 10, depending.
Yeah, so are we just plonking that in after that, right? That's what you think you do, not right in the middle of a play. What are you doing?
So that's a teething period for free to air TV.
Yeah.
Even they wouldn't know. Put ad in between the rounds. When the fuck does the round? Like, what's a round?
Just watching it and you go.
Yeah. As soon as it says victory or defeat on the screen, play your ad.
Yeah.
Because you've got 30 seconds to a minute to play something. That's teething problems. There is a lot of room for improvement. The commentary box did well, but
that woman needed about 10 centimeters more chair. She was like, this is the best. And she's like, hey, this is really cool.
It'd be like me, you, and Dylan if I sat on a chair the same size as you guys. Because my head would be down here.
It's exactly that. Like, give him a height, man.
Yeah. But I feel like, because I worked with a buddy the day after, and he said, there was an Overwatch tournament on 7, mate, yesterday. So it has reached people that didn't know, don't follow it. But the issue but the issue games will have in general is that introducing it to a new audience is a whole lot for that person to take in. Like, for you've never played Overwatch, so
I had no idea what.
So when they say, Soldier 76 activated tactical visor, but Lucio blocked it with his sound boom, whatever his ultimate's called, you'd have no idea what's happening. Whereas if you play the game and you know what their moves are, it makes it all the more impressive how, people use certain ultimates to counter another ultimate, or, But just when there was a big, because I'm losing my words. Whenever I play Overwatch on quick play, it's Call of Duty. For the most part, everyone's in it for themselves. I'm just going to run off by myself and try to get as many kills as I can.
My biggest dislike in Call of Duty, by the way.
Every now and then I've found in quick play, in Overwatch, if your team just stays together and the other team's not, you're going to win every time. Because they're very limited, especially on console, very limited communication you can do. You've got your quick, group up with me, or I need healing, little quick shortcuts. Whereas on PC, obviously, you can type and you got your microphones and everything. But seeing just every match being just team fights and team fights and team fights, and people trying to flank the other team and all that, it was just so impressive to watch a game that you enjoy, like I enjoy Overwatch, but to see it played on the professional level, like, I learned a lot from watching that. Just little things on what this character is good at, or he did this with this character. I like this character. I've never tried that before. And I'd try it last night. I'm like, this is such a good thing to do. So you can learn from it as well, even if you're a casual player. I'm stoked. I just wanted to express.
You just wanted to talk for 10, 15 minutes.
Had to express that, production was very good. The commentary was a little awkward, a few awkward camera cuts and all that. But as a whole, what a great fucking start for televised esports, at least in Australia anyway. I know ESPN 2 or something has had a Dota tournament. They've had a few other things, but in Australia, I think this was the first free-to-air esports tournament. So, bad ad placement aside, what a great start.
It's a step in the right direction. And as I said, something we talked about while we're watching the thing. I'm like, yeah, this is all right. I'm not, and we had a discussion like, well, what would be a game that would get you that hyped? And Joel was like, what if they did Professional Harvest Moon? I'm like, holy shit.
He harvested those carrots 0.8 seconds before the other guy.
No, it's all about how you place the vegetables and in your field, and optimizing
maximum
times
uptime.
And, and it's like at the end of the season, who has the maximum profit, like who has the most yield, Damn, I'd watch the shit out of that. But yes, that's the thing. Is like, even for a game that I didn't really care about, it was cool to see.
Yeah,
and it's a great thing.
And when you are with people that do enjoy it, because we have our Discord
we have a
channel.
Discord group, which went off. I have to turn notifications off, by the way, because I'm trying to edit a video. It's like, Come on.
Me, Jess, and Chris, for the most part. Oh, Jess, Chris, and I. For the most part in the channel, it's fun reacting with friends too. You know, when something really cool happens and seeing other people being excited about it. Great start for esports and a great start pushing Overwatch to more people.
Made me consider picking up Overwatch.
It's a lot of fun.
What about you? What did you think of the Overwatch? What was it called?
Overwatch World Championship.
Overwatch World Championship. What?
2017.
2017 in Sydney.
If there was another game that exists, fuck that outro got butchered.
Yeah,
Do you want to start that again?
No. Awkward.
What game would you like to see in major esports? Because for me, like we talked about, you know, there's no game that you're passionate enough about that can be competitive.
Not in that detail, yeah.
And me either. You know, I used to watch StarCraft 2 casually back in the day when it was a big thing. Overwatch is perfect. It's a game I enjoy. It's nice. It's bright. It's colourful.
And there's really good balance in the characters.
Very good balance in the characters. Very deep. What's something that you would like to see on 7 Mate next time? Interrupted by an inopportune ad block.
I'm Ryan Besson.
I'm Josh Saunders.
This is your video. You need to do the last thing.
See you in the next video.
Thank you.